Another funny situation. I think that you guys are going to die laughing. And this is the old, okay, Rick, what did you do this time? You ready? A friend of mine from New York, he texted me and said that there's some guy, he's a French chef. I guess he's pretty well known. And he wants to do some kind of a series or reality show on himself cooking and with somebody being the host. And he saw me on TV and reached out to my friend, and my friend asked if I would do this. I'm like, wow, this sounds great to me. I said, I love cooking, and for me to learn from a French chef how to cook, I'm like, oh, I said, this would be fantastic. I said, wow, this would be great. So I'm like, all for it. Let's do it. So to me, that sounds exciting. Well, the next thing you know is he said, okay. He said, I'm going to send you his demo reel, which I'm like, all right, send the demo reel. So remember, this is on text on my cell phone. So he sends me the demo reel on my phone, and I look at it, and it was the worst demo I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, I get a lot of people send me demos if I would do certain things with them, and I'm always laughing and I'm always rejecting them. This had to have been the worst. And when I say the worst, I mean the guy had no talent. You couldn't understand a word he was saying. He didn't look good. And I mean, every strike against him for being a host or being a co-host with me on a show. And, I mean, I sat there, I looked at it, and I started laughing. I said, you got to be kidding me. I mean, this guy was terrible. You got it? So, of course, I text back to my friend, and I said, I said, I would love the idea of the show. I said, but you got to get somebody who looks good, talks good, acts good, is good. I said, this guy's a mess. He's a disaster. I said, I wouldn't be caught dead with him on a show. And I sent it back to my friend. Well, unbeknownst to me, because, I don't follow through too well on these things, it was a three-way conversation. and so I still think it's funny as hell. So on this three-way conversation, I called this guy every mean, nasty thing you could say to somebody. And I'm sure, when he was reading it, he doesn't know that I don't realize that I'm talking to him as well as my friend in New York. I didn't realize it. That was it. The next day, my friend texted me from New York and said that his friend chef decided that he's going to look for another host. And very honestly, after what I said about this guy, I wouldn't want him cooking with me anyway, because I'd be afraid of what he'd put in the food if he knew I was eating it. And I think you all know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah. So, anyway, there's another one that I screwed up. I thought I'm still laughing about this. This is very funny. So, I know I have a crazy sense of humor, but I hope you guys do too. Take care, everybody. Have fun. Ciao.